The fourth message was sent to the church in Thyatira, located some 40 miles southeast of Pergamum. The message to this church is the longest of the seven. Revelation chapter 2 verses 18 to 29. To the angel of the church in Thyatira, write. Thus says the Son of God, the one whose eyes are as a flame of fire, and his feet like burnished bronze. I know your works, namely, your love and faith, that is, your service and perseverance, and that your last works are greater than the former. But I have against you that you tolerate the woman Jezebel, who calls herself a prophetess and teaches and leads astray my servants to commit fornication and eat things sacrificed to idols. And I gave her time that she might repent, and she does not want to repent of her fornication. Behold, I am casting her into a bed, and those who commit adultery with her into great affliction, unless they repent of her works. And I will kill her children, and all the churches will know that I am the one who searches kidneys and hearts, and I will give to each of you according to your works. Now, I say to you, those the remaining ones in Thyatira, all those who do not have this teaching, who have not known the deep things of Satan, as they say, I do not lay on you another burden, except, hold what you have until I come. To the one who overcomes and who keeps my works until the end, I shall give to him authority over the nations. And he will shepherd them with a rod of iron, as the vessels of a potter are smashed together, as I also have received it from my Father, and I will give him the morning star. The one who has an ear, let him hear what the Spirit says to the churches. The city of Thyatira. Thyatira was the smallest and least important of the seven cities addressed in Revelation. It had no political importance or cultural significance. The city was known for many trades, such as garment making, bronze smithing, tanning, leather working, pottery, baking, dyeing, and the manufacture of royal purple and woolen goods. Lydia, the purple dealer in Philippi, the first Christian convert in Europe, was from Thyatira. Acts 16 verse 14. One who heard us was a woman named Lydia, from the city of Thyatira, a seller of purple goods, who was a worshipper of God. The Lord opened her heart to pay attention to what was said by Paul. The citizens of Thyatira were mainly poor laborers and tradesmen, in contrast to the well-situated residents of the previous three cities. The city had many trade guilds. In order to run a business or have a job, a person had to belong to a trade guild. Each guild had a patron god. Guild members were expected to attend the guild festivals in honor of the patron god and to share a common meal in the temple that included drunkenness and eating meat sacrificed to the patron god. The festivals usually ended with immoral activities with temple prostitutes. Those who refused to participate in the festivals could suffer serious consequences. Expulsion from the trade guilds, ridicule, as well as the hardships of social isolation and economic sanctions. This created serious problems for the Christians in Thyatira, because they could not join the trade guilds without participating in the guild festivals. Jesus' message to the church. Christ introduces himself to this church as the Son of God, the one whose eyes are as a flame of fire, and his feet like burnished bronze, Revelation 2 verse 18. While to John, Jesus appeared as a Son of Man, chapter 1 verse 13, to the church in Thyatira he comes as the Son of God. His flaming eyes denote his penetrating ability to see what is in the innermost parts of humans. He is the one who searches kidneys, the seat of emotions, and hearts, the seat of intelligence. The ability to search kidneys and hearts belongs only to God, Jeremiah 17 verse 10. I the Lord search the heart and test the mind, to give every man according to his ways, according to the fruit of his deeds. Christ's feet, which look like burnished bronze, symbolize his uncompromising stance against the seductive influences in the church. Thyatira is described by Jesus as a loving, faithful, service-oriented, and persevering church. Unlike the church in Ephesus, whose love was fading, this church is noted for an increase in faith and love. Their last works are greater than the first. In the New Testament, love and faith go together. Furthermore, service is an outcome of love, and perseverance is a product of faith. The big problem for this church was that they tolerated the teaching of an influential woman in their midst. Jesus names her Jezebel after the notorious wife of King Ahab in the time of Elijah, who led all Israel into apostasy, 1 Kings 16 verse 31-33. This woman claimed to be a prophetess with a direct message from God, stating that it was all right for Christians to go along with the requirements set by the guild. Her teaching was similar to the teaching of the Nicolaitanes and the teaching of Balaam, because she seduced the members to eat the things sacrificed to idols and to commit fornication. Her seductive influences made a great impact on the church, leading many astray into compromise with paganism and apostasy. Jezebel is referred to as a spiritual harlot and her seductive activities as immorality, a symbolic reference to her activities of advocating compromise with paganism. She functions as a forerunner to the great harlot Babylon, who will at the time of the end seduce the leaders of the world into the service of Satan. All those who condone her teaching are committing spiritual adultery with her. Since harlot's activities take place in bed, the bed is the place where Jezebel and those who are in adulterous relationships with her will be judged. If they do not repent, Jesus will throw them together into great affliction. A similar fate will come upon Jezebel's offspring, who will follow in her footsteps. By using this severe language, Jesus wants to impress upon their minds the seriousness of their action. Everyone will be judged according to their works, Revelation 2 verse 23. Not all members of the church have sided with Jezebel. There is a remnant who has not known the deep things of Satan. Jezebel offers the members arcane teachings, however, her teachings are diabolically deep. In the Old Testament, the word, to know, denotes an experiential knowledge, and as such, it is used for sexual relations. This remnant is not involved in spiritual adultery with Jezebel to experience the depth of Satan's deceptive teachings. Jesus promises not to place upon them additional burdens and instead tells them to hold fast to what they have received thus far. To the ones who remain faithful in Thyatira, Jesus promises a share in his victory. He will give them authority over the nations, just as he has received authority from the Father. He will also give them the morning star, which is a symbol of Jesus Christ, Revelation 22 verse 16. To those who remain faithful, Jesus promises the greatest gift, the gift of himself. The situation in the church in Thyatira applies to the condition of the church at large during the Middle Ages. The danger to the church did not come from outside but from those who claimed authority from God. During that period, tradition completely replaced the Bible as the basis for teaching and belief. A human priesthood and sacred relics replaced Christ's priesthood, and works were regarded as the means of salvation. Those who did not condone the corrupting influences of the institutional church experienced severe persecution and even death.